Hey everybody, this is Tom with the Board Gamer. Today we're going to do a quick overview and review for this game. For the full how to play, click the link in the description or the banner above. Now let's get into it. Rivages is a 1 to 5 player game for ages 8 and up with an average gameplay length of 20 to 30 minutes, published by Pandasaurus Games. The basic overview of Rivages has players taking turns simultaneously. On each player's turn, they will use 2 exploration cards in hand and choose one of the topmost available rows to use in order to explore your map by filling in spots adjacent to spots you have already explored. Players will attempt to complete goals listed on the bottom of the map in order to collect scrolls, loot, and/or move up the Tree of Wisdom. If you complete all quests and missions on your map and make it to your second boat, you may draw a new map to work on. The game ends when the purple endgame cards are revealed from the deck, and players will take a final turn, and the player with the most scrolls wins. First, I want to say thank you to Pandasaurus Games for sending me a copy of Rivages. Rivages is only my second dive into flippin' rights, and I was not disappointed. The theme of exploring an island works well with this type of game, and I am happy with the production quality of everything inside. I do wish a couple of things were a bit different, but I will go into that a little bit later. Now, without any further ado, let's explore Rivages. The components in Rivages are surprisingly well done for the type and size of the game. Usually in a box this size and price point, you get like a pad of sheets, a few pencils, or not great markers. But in Rivages, you have these nice laminated maps and cards that are dry erase marker safe. And you get these dry erase markers that leave no residue on the cards, and cleaning cloths to get rid of any unwanted marks and/or for game cleanup. All the maps are well detailed and unique. Now I do wish they were a bit larger, maybe not a full 8x10 paper size, but maybe 6x8 or even 8x8. The 6x6 it comes in works fine, but I feel that the quests at the bottom of the map take away from the map's potential and size. But a slight increase in the overall size would fix that for me. Another thing that could be different in my opinion is the loot bag. There are about 25 1-inch size loot tokens, and the draw bag is huge. I'm thankful for the size of the bag since my entire hand fits inside, but also a bit perplexed by the size of the bag compared to the amount of space its contents take up. But these gripes are just personal preferences and do not really affect anything in gameplay or reflect the quality of the game. So really, Rivages is a pretty solid game from the component standpoint. Straight out of the box, Rivages is a quick and easy game to learn and play. Everyone has a map, 2 cards, you pick one of the cards, take the topmost line, and cross out those tiles on your map as long as they're adjacent to spots you've already filled in. Then you pass left and continue from there. Some of the quests need a bit more explanation, but once you hear the explanation and you see the iconography, it is consistent throughout the game, and there are only a few iconography things to keep in mind. So it should be pretty easy to remember for the rest of the game. The only rule that makes things a bit tricky is only difficult because of where it is written in the rulebook. This rule is on the very last page and in one single line, and it says, once you've completed all the goals on your map, you must make your way to the second ship that you did not start on in order to get a new map to explore. You expect this rule to be somewhere in the gameplay section of the rules, but it's in the iconography and glossary section of the rulebook. But that aside, picking it up was a breeze, and now that you know where to find that rule, you should not stumble like I did in my first playthrough. In Rivages, you have 2 lines you can choose from, which sounds like a very luck-based thing. But since your choices are limited on the map, this is more of a strategy game. And if you want to go a step further, you could see what the player next to you needs for their map, and pick a card that would make it harder for them. But honestly, that seems like more trouble than it's worth. Luck comes in play more when drawing from the loot bag. You can get just what you need to finish a mission, or just something random. But luckily, you can choose when to use it, so that mitigates the luck, bringing it back to strategy. It's not the stressful kind of strategy where every move counts. It's more the relaxing kind where you can have limited choices and one choice just makes a bit more sense than the other. But you'll never truly know until the next set of cards comes into your hand. So why stress about it? In my opinion, the replay value of Rivages and games like it can go far, especially if you play multiple games in a night and need something quick and easy, but not so easy it's boring. I think Rivages goes a step further since it has little setup and no complicated rules. As long as you keep everything together, especially the markers, you should have no problem taking this anywhere and starting up a game. And with the solo mode, you don't even need other people to play. Basically, what I'm saying is if you enjoy this game, you will always have a reason to pick it up and play it. The theme of exploring an island works really well for this type of game. From the player's standpoint, we can see the island and we know all the terrain. But if we were actually on the map and the places that we cross off, we could only see the spaces closest to us. So limiting our movement by making us choose from the exploration tiles makes sense. It's always refreshing to see a game that follows its theme and does not just plaster it on a game that has nothing to do with it. All in all, the theme is great. Island exploration really makes you feel like you're discovering things, even though you can see the whole map. And crossing off each tile gives you a sense of accomplishment and progression that can sometimes be hard to find and get from other games. It may feel a little out of your hands since you can only choose from 2 lines, but you will almost always have something you can do. And in most cases, it will get you closer to completing missions and or getting to your next boat so you can try out another island. This board gamer says Rivages is an island explorer for any level of gamer. Not boring. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified about new videos. If you're bored now, click this for more games.